Hello, thank you for joining me today. Once again, for the returning viewers and for the new viewers, welcome. I greatly and truly appreciate all of you taking the time to see what it is that I have to say. And as I light this sage, I'm clearing the energy for myself, for the collective, for all involved. I invite the angels to be amongst us in this time, in this video, to be with you throughout your day for guidance, for direction, for protection, for understanding, for clearly knowing what it is that we are to do, what you are to do, what your purpose is, what my purpose is. And I say to each and every one of you, remember who you are. Remember everything about yourself on a soul level. Remember who you are. I send love to you. I send peace. I send the true light that you truly are unto you, to guide you, to direct you along your journey in life, in this spiritual journey, in this very, very spiritual time that we are in, whether you would like to see it that way or not. This is a very, very spiritual time. We are heading to higher vibrations, whether or not it looks like it. We must, and I will speak for myself as to what I do. I send love to each and every soul that is upon this earth. I send love, I send light, I send healing to the collective, to every soul that is upon this earth. I send love to the earth. To the center of the earth, I send love. I send light. I send calm. I send healing, and I send peace. Those are my words, that I send them out in the most benevolent way. Like I said, I'm just going to talk today. It's been challenging since the elections. It has been very, very challenging. We are to send love, to help one another, because we agreed to come here at this time to help make those changes. And even in the darkest of times, it is to help us change. For without those hard times, then many would not serve the acts of love. They would not serve the acts of another, to another. That makes sense. If it wasn't for the homeless man on the street, many people would not stop to extend the love that is needed in that moment, the caring and the compassion that is needed in that moment. If it wasn't for that person reaching out and saying, hey, I need help, then another may not say, how may I help you? It takes both sides. So I say that to say, in the darkest of times, in the most negative of times, you can find light. You can find love, and you can find positivity. Send higher vibrations in these times, for they are needed. They are truly, truly needed. I remember the vision that I had when I asked the question as to why all of this has happened. This was a few years ago. And with the hand going in the river, I shared that vision. And it showed the hand going to the bottom of the river. and stirring up all the muck, all the things that we didn't think that existed anymore, all the things that people thought that were hidden, all the things that we once stood united in, really bringing up the change that needs to be made. For as long as it stays hidden or stays ignorant to the masses, then changes cannot be made. And now all of that is being brought up to the surface. We are returning to the age of like the 60s. We literally here in America watched as someone is attempting to take away our civil rights. The civil rights as a human being. The civil rights for what we choose to do. Remember, we are free will individuals. It is our choice. It is our free will to do as we choose to do. As long as it does not harm another, it is our free will as humans that walk this earth. Remember that. Remember that. It is your free will. We are heading into the age of Aquarius. We've all heard this. And a lot of people don't really understand. And I too am learning about astrology and being how America's in its Pluto return, how the Pluto return, it circles around and it comes down to the point averaging every 250 years. And we're from the time America started, and it's the Pluto return, and now we're at that point as far as what do we need to review? What works, what doesn't work? We were established, America was established on what principles, what guidelines, where do we want to go from here? What decisions do we want to make? And we can make that as free will individual people. Okay? Now, in addition to currently, if you know the astrological signs, we are in the age of Pisces. And Pisces, the two fish represented with religion and Christianity, it really is an age of religion. And if you go the previous sign, it was Aries. And Aries was a sign of, there was a lot of war and conquering of countries and so forth. So we went Aries, which lasted around 2,500 years. Then we go to Pisces, which has lasted 2,000 years. I don't know the exact 2,000, but the next sign is Aquarius, age of Aquarius, which is humanity, high technology, innovation. Clearly speaks to where we are. If you look around with where we are beginning with AI and Chat GTP, and there was another one that came out yesterday. China did Seek. What was it called? But it caused the stock market to do a little adjustment, a little of awakening. It was like, oh, don't forget about me. I'm in the game. It's just the beginning. But I say all that to say, going from the age of Pisces over to age of Aquarius, a higher vibrational, it makes clear and complete sense to me as to all this Christian nationalism and the whatever society, Federalist Society, all of those individuals, our government literally using religion as a form of control toward the individual. But yet within the religion that they're choosing to stand on, which is the Bible and Christianity, it does not say to interfere with another person's free will. Think about that one. If you look at the analogy that I use as an elevator and how we are moving up to higher vibrations, we're currently in the age of Pisces and we're moving up to the age of Aquarius. And if we're going to the first floor, to the second floor, and to the third floor, the lower energy will continue to try to hang on. But as we continue to move up, the higher energy will continue to grow. The lower energy will continue to fight, but we always continue to move up And that is what is happening right now. So for me to see how religion is going to be the forefront of all conversations right now makes complete sense to me, because that is what's actually dying out. And spirituality is what's rising and coming to the forefront. Yes. Go within. Go within yourself, because it is within here that you get all the true answers of what you are and are not to do. There are a lot of people that believe in every single word of the Bible. And I'm not saying that there's not truth in the Bible, for I feel there is. But however, I do feel there is a lot of changes that were made, and it was simply for the purpose of control. Yet it is up to an individual to seek out them truths for themselves, so that they're not misguided by others and their personal agendas and their selfishness and their attempts to control the masses. Now, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Do remember this. Yes, this is going to ruffle feathers, and yes, this will be something that most people don't understand. Some people will agree, some will not. Such is life, right? If we were all the same, how boring would everything really be? And we need one another. We need each other in order to grow, to be as one. See, this is my, how I like to describe who we are. We have the physical and we have the spiritual. On the physical, there's, the flesh, the body, the human. You have a mother, you have a father. We all have a mother and a father. It took that to come here. And within that, you have traits of your father, you have traits of your mother, yet you are 100% you. Your mother got together with your father and created you. You may have a little bit of one. You may have some sibling attributes and traits. You may have something of your uncle or your aunt or your cousin, whatever. But all in all, you are 100% you in your individuality. Okay? Now, with the spiritual, we have a spirit within this physical body. The spirit, source, God, the creator, however you identify with it, took a piece of itself and created you. Took a piece of itself and created me. Took a piece of itself and created your mother. Created your father. Yet, Source shared itself with no one in its creating of you, like it did with how your mother and your father got together and created you on the physical, made yourself 100% you. Source took a piece of Source and created you, created myself, shared with no one. That makes me 100% God on the inside, 100% Source on the inside, 100% physical and a shared on the outside, but on the inside, 100% Source, God, me. Now, in the creating of me and the creating of you, you are the missing aspect of me. We still came from the same source, yet I'm in a different part of Source, and you are in a different part of Source. And within the uniting of all the different parts of Source that walks this earth is the uniting and being as one. That's how you are as one. on a spiritual soul level. That's how you can send to the collective. That's how energy goes from one to another. That's how there really is no true separation within one another, because we all come from the same source. And that's why when you go within to receive your answers, to receive your guidance, you're actually seeking God. You as the creator, you as your choice of words, you and your thoughts and what you believe is the creation of your world, of your reality. What you choose to believe becomes your reality, becomes your truth. Because you are a creator. I am a creator. I create with my thoughts. I create with the words that come out of my mouth, the rudder, that tongue. My words are very powerful. Your words are very, very powerful. We are creators through our feelings, through our emotion. That's the engine. That's the fire. That's what really puts things into action and emotion. When you think something and put emotions to it, good or bad. When you speak something and put emotions to it, good or bad. When you write something, put emotions to it, good or bad. That's the creation. You are a creator. You are a manifester. And so am I. We are powerful beings. You are not helpless as you walk this earth. And I say all of that to say how you, me, we all have chosen to be here in this changing time, in this time of being. And how do you want your world to be? What type of atmosphere do you want to live in? Send that love. Send those words. Send those thoughts of what you really, truly want your life to be, what you want your world to be. For we all want peace. For we all want love. We are love. But what are you going to do about it? And how are you going to do your part in creating the new age? Heading into the age of Aquarius, heading into that humanitarian, high technology, innovation age. What part will you play? What part will you play in preserving this earth? There is a Hopi ending prophecy that many of you are aware of, and those of you that are not, it's worth your research to look into it. It speaks of where we are right now, where we've been, and where we are going, even into that high technology age. Whether or not you choose to go that route, or whether or not you choose to go the way of the earth. Taking care of the earth, Mother Earth, that sustains you, that gives you water to intake into your body that is mostly water. We are as one. We all come from the same source. The same source. That includes the earth and everything upon it. Excuse me. That includes the trees. As we breathe, what we breathe out, the trees receive, because it's what they need. And what the trees breathe out, it's what we need, because we're connected, we're as one. If you look at the trees, do they not look like our lungs? The breathing that we do? The air that we breathe, the consciousness that we are, the consciousness that each and every one of us breathe together, in and out, the breath of life. Where have we heard that term before? The breath of life. Consciousness. Stop breathing, and what happens? You pass out. For you stop intaking consciousness. When a child comes into this earth, life starts at the breath of life. Read that in the book. Life starts at the breath of life. For that's when you intake the consciousness, the soul, the spiritual realm that we are. Think about it. Think about it. Go inside and ask about it and see what your guidance says. Think about it. There is so much about right now that is happening. The fires. I've been hearing earthquakes. I've been hearing 8.20, and before I heard 8.20, I heard 8.24. And I was, at first it was, you know how California bends? At the bend, I was feeling a large earthquake in that area. And then recently, I've been feeling an earthquake, feeling an 8.0, Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, somewhere in there. I'm only sharing what's been coming to me. And it's not to be scared, it's to be prepared. To totally and fully be prepared. For once you know, then you know. Then you are responsible for what you do know. And what does being responsible for what you do know consist of? What does preparing for what you now know consist of? I have always felt that what we went through in 2020, all in that time, was all a dry run. It was all a rehearsal. It was all a preparation time for what is to come. How many of you prepared a garden? How many of you experienced water issues? Did you start stocking up after that? Did you start filtering your water after that? How many of you experienced power outages? Did you start getting candles after that? I know I personally have now gotten a solar generator. I haven't had to use it, but in case, it will be there. I have candles. However, a candle's not going to support a refrigerator. If it's cold, a candle is not going to support a space heater. It was around $200. It's a solar power generator. I may do a video showing it, how it works, and literally you can power the generator by your with the panels, the solar panels that it has by the sun. You can do it from your AC outlet in the house, and you can also do it from the cigarette lighter in your car. So you can take it camping with you, and you don't necessarily have to wait for an emergency. You can use it for cost-saving electrical purposes. Who knows? I put the information out there. What are you going to do with it? How many of you experienced food issues? I know times are a little expensive. But I'm sure some of you still went on that travel trip. Travel has been more than it has ever been in history. I live under the runway path of an airport, and I can tell you, it is busy in this economy. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, what are you going to do to prepare? What did you learn with your health? What did you learn about your health during that time? What are you going to do about it now? Should it come back around? I also believe that with this current administration, the rump administration, when the sickness and diseases that started before and how it was handled previously during the rump administration, well, now the rump administration is back. And how do you think they're going to handle it this time around? I say be prepared with your food. Get those canned goods, get that bottled water, get your candles, get those extra blankets. Do whatever you need to do to prepare for you and yours. Create your community. Who do you know that you can go to in case of a need? This is a time to start your garden, get your seeds, get your soil. If you hadn't prepared before, now is a good time to start. Learn about mushrooms. I don't eat meat, but my vegetarian path, journey, it wasn't clearly by my personal choice, yet it is what it is. And I always wonder, was it spirit that directed me off of eating meat the way that I used to? I'm way more healthier than I used to. I even attempted to try to introduce chicken back into my diet just for the protein purposes, and and I was, at times I would miss the taste of it. But when I tell you I got sick, I don't know what it is that they feed the animals, but it is not good for you. I'm sure many of you have experienced that as well. And we all have our personal journey. Once again, this is not for everybody. But then when we look at what's happening, could it possibly be that sometimes I think the Spirit has prepared me that meat is not going to be available like it used to be. And so now my body has been prepared for, it doesn't matter if meat is there or not there. I can handle it. I know how to grow my foods in a garden. I can handle it. Thoughts? We got this bird flu flying around, hitting folks. And as with everything that evolves, that could evolve too. Who knows? Not trying to spread any form of fear, just awareness. Because where are we going to go? What comes next? I feel volcanoes coming. I do. I feel volcanoes happening in places that we didn't realize. Tsunamis. I feel tsunamis. I heard tsunamis in the southern hemisphere, whatever that is supposed to mean. That's what I heard today. I truly, truly, truly believe that Kamala Harris did win the election. However, it needed to go this way in order for people to continuously to be woke up, and not in the way of the way that politicizing for spiritual evolvement. There we go. Because in this way, people are going to truly see for themselves. I try to be as high vibrational as I possibly can in the most benevolent way, but there is that human side of me, that those that voted in the way that they voted, those that did not vote, those that outside voted for a party that was not in the running. I hope things get fucked up. I hope you get everything that you asked for. For within the asking is the receiving. And now that you've asked for it, and now that you've received it, what are you going to do about it? Can't cry about shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And this is the human side of me speaking. I have to battle this. I promise you I do. There's a part of me, I do not feel sorry for you and everything that is to come, because you asked for this. Congratulations. But at the same time, I send you love, I send you comfort, I send you peace, I send you guidance. I send awareness to you. I send hearing to you to hear. I send sight to you to see. I send knowing to you to know. I send guidance to you. I send preparation to you. For I know that we are a collective, and this affects us all. I know all of this sounds contradictory, but this is human. This is a human experience. This is spiritual. This is a spiritual journey. I know this. I am aware of this. Welcome to life. This is what we all asked for. This is what we asked for when we said we volunteered to come here at this time to be a part of this change, to be a part of the spiritual evolution. We have to watch here in America the presidential wife, Melania, and her hats that she's been wearing. I try not to watch and be influenced, but you have to stay informed. Yes, it's challenging, I know. But Melania and her hats, to me that says, I am standing right next to my husband, the President of the United States, and I don't see it. I don't see anything that he is doing. I don't know what you're talking about. This goes right along with that jacket that she wore. Remember in the previous administration when they went to go visit the detention camps that they had the children in, and she was walking up the airplane steps and she had on that jacket that said, I don't care, do you? This is her version of I don't care, do you? With those hats that she is wearing. You don't see her eyes because she's sending that dog whistle just like her husband does, sending the dog whistle to the ones that are going to listen, that hear that whistle that says, I don't see anything. Yeah, I'm here looking at the disasters of the Carolinas and of Los Angeles fires. I don't care, do you? I don't see anything. Let that one sink in. Hey, but that's just what came to me. That's my opinion. The same thing with Rump and his low-key blackface. I swear he's doing that. Low-key blackface. Terrible makeup job, I swear. I still am trying to stay positive, but this is reality. I'm seeing it. Okay, what am I going to do about it? I send love in the most benevolent way. In my sending love, let me tell you, I don't know if I said it earlier in the video because I attempted to make the video and I started over. So I'll say it again. In my sending love twice when I attempted to send love to Trump. The first time I attempted to do it, I got a stabbing pain in my side. And I was like, what was that about? And then the next time I tried to do it, I had a piercing headache that came. I had to push through because I didn't know if it was me on my being selfish and me in the flesh saying, no, don't send love. But sending love is what we are to do, whether we like it or not. Be the higher being that you are. Be the God being that you are. This is a rant video, I know. Just talking, sharing. I didn't even know what to do, what to talk about, because of all the videos that I've been trying to make in these past almost a week now. Literally has not been coming out. Literally. So I said, okay, let me just get on here and talk. So now I'm talking. This is what I have to say. Get you an electric blanket. Stay warm. Meditate. Breathe. 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 All in the most benevolent way. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen, because I don't know. A lot of people are walking around with saying, I don't know, what are we to do? We're watching our civil rights be taken away. We're watching somebody literally try to take over other countries in the land of the free. Hello, America, land of the free. Why are you trying to take over other countries? Greenland, Canada, Panama Canal, and the most recent one is with Palestine, wanting all the people to stay in other countries so that, they'll be safer elsewhere. There's rubble. There's nowhere for them to live. But hey, lovely beachfront property there. We can go in there and build and develop. Stay in those other countries. We got this. That's what he wants you to believe. Don't be fooled. Don't have the wool pulled right over your eyes. Wake up. Listen. This man literally told you what he was going to do. Mass deportations. American citizens, they're going to be right along with those mass deportations. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. It literally is. And remember, there are people, you voted for this. Congratulations, you got exactly what you asked for. So don't cry. Excuse me. Stay positive, right? Okay. I seem to be letting the negative side take over here, so I'm going to end this video. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Hey, subscribe, like, comment. Place your comments below. Let's chat. Let's talk. Help me get on here more often. Help me to get on here to rant more often, to share more often. I would truly love that. Okay?